stories too, but I'll save them. Um, all right, guys, that was a great talking about it. Now let's get to the meat of it. I'm gonna play this clip of Donovan. He's a Manosphere guy. He breaks down the issues that Kevin had with Fresh and Fraud.
Also hit the algorithm and they started to grow. Well, Fresh and Fit had been doing Fresh and Fit After Hours at the same time Kevin was doing his show. Neither Kevin never had a problem with it until Kevin felt that Myron and Fresh's live streams were infringing on his audience. He said to me, Donovan, that is my time slot. He said this to me. He said, that is my time slot. I said, Kevin, I said, you're one of my best friends. You don't own any time slots. Okay? People can live stream whenever they want to live stream, number one. Number two, Myron and Fresh have been doing Fresh and Fit After Hours probably longer than you've done your late night show. So it became, now listen, I don't know what Kevin's motivations were. I'm not going to pretend to know because he didn't tell me. But my guess is that listen, it appeared to me like there were some economic reasons. He wanted, so Kevin asked me, he said, look, man, you got to talk to Myron for me. I said, okay, I'll talk to him for you. So I called up Myron. I said, Myron, look, check this out. Kevin is feeling some type of way. He's feeling some type of way about the time slot. And of course, Myron tells me what I told him. Hey, man, he doesn't own the time slot. He says, but maybe we can come to an agreement, right? So while they're hashing that out, Kevin calls me the next day, and Devin was in the car with me. Kevin calls me the next day, and he's telling me, he's like, Myron and Fresh still have that Amanda video on their live stream. They still have the Amanda video. I said, okay, Kevin, what's the issue? What's the problem? He says, they need to be giving me a cut of that revenue. I said, Kevin, you're on their platform. Like, that's their platform. Like, yes, people watch, there's zillions of views and all this other kind of stuff, but that's on their platform. If they don't have a platform, you don't confront Amanda. You have to. He's like, no, they need to take the video down, or they need to send, guys, this is my hand to the man. My hand to the man. He said they need to take the video down, or they need to pay me half of the revenue from that video. So I said, okay, here's what we're going to do. Devin was driving. We were on our way to the bank, and you guys might remember this. You guys remember Devin's trainer, D, her dog, Nugget, had gotten hit by a car, okay? Her dog, Nugget, got hit by a car. We found out about it when we were actually in the bank, right? So on our way there, I said, Kevin, I'm going to get Myron on the phone. I'm going to get Myron on the phone. So I get Myron on the phone, and they're hashing this out, right? Myron's like, "Yo, Kevin, this is my platform, blah 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 blah." You know, they both made their choice. But in the end, Myron said, "Okay, here's what we'll do. He said, I'm going to give you. I said, I'm going to pay you half of all of the revenue from here on out from that Amanda video. Kevin on the phone agreed to that. He said, all right, cool. That's good. Right? So I guess Myron sent him, I don't know, I think it was like a $5,000 or $6,000, whatever it was. So Myron sends the money to Kevin. I'm thinking everything is all good except for the time slot. I get a call from Kevin the next day. He says, Donovan, the video is still up. I said, Kevin, didn't Myron send you the money? He says, yeah. I said, but wasn't that the point? He's like, no, I wanted half of the revenue and for them to take down the video.
So pretty much what I gather, they were encroaching on his time slot with the after hours. So people may not know they have an after hour show where they go and they find these women, and they talk to them and they talk about like issues, and it's like round table. And they've been doing this for years now. And They were doing it at 10 p.m., which Kevin Samuels would start his stream at 10 p.m. daily, Monday through Friday. So they were encroaching on his time. So first they were like, no, we'll start at midnight. Then it still wasn't good enough. I'm going to play the video after we all talk about the one he's talking about that got them thousands of views. And God damn, $5,000. If that's half of what they're making some good money. Gray, what's your thoughts? Do you think that Kevin had a right to say this, or do you think he was not being fair?
Well, being on a podcast, and collaborate with other podcasters, you have to like have some kind of agreement on what you're gonna do with the material. I don't know if that back then they have it like now where we have StreamYard where it can stream to both, but you got to have an agreement beforehand. I mean, if you bring somebody on and then you interview them and then you're expecting to get a lot of views, especially I don't know if they paid Kevin. Those doesn't sound like they paid him beforehand, but it sounds like he
No.
paid him on the back end. Y'all should have had
Mhm,
like some type of contract before it happened, or
mhm.
but it's people are going to collaborate.
And speaking of collaborations, thank you to Kelly Corinne. She has redirected her people here, so we really appreciate her. I mean, but sometimes it just is a simple thank you. Like I appreciate Kelly; she's helped us a lot. I appreciate Dana with the data; she's helped us a lot. Maybe he just didn't feel that appreciation,
All
and
the
Kamal
guys
has
here
too.
have helped us a lot.
And the guys too. Let me not forget the guys. I'm about to get to that. Kamala Enzo, Skeptic 2 has helped us a lot, but it's just a simple thank you. And maybe Kevin didn't feel that from them. Kamal, what's your thoughts? Do you think Kevin took it too far?
Um, I would never say Kevin Samuels take it too far against a piss drinking hyena fragrance goddamn coon. I would never say he take it too far. No. But outside of all that though, if you are on somebody else's platform, that is their IP in a sense. Unless, like what Grace says, you got to write up a contract. You know? But with that being said, Kevin Samuels didn't take it too far. He should have took it further. I'm,
What
I'm
do you think he should have done?
what else he could have done? I mean, I think he did all that he could have done. Really, he kept the same time slot as him. You feel me? He got paid from him, and not only that, you feel me? They didn't take the video down though. That was the only thing.
No, it's up. I'm gonna play it. It's up still to this day. The video he's upset about. It was him and this chick named Amanda going at it. Um, Enzo, you think Kevin was in his feelings? What do you think as a man?
When it comes to Myron, I'm gonna agree with Kamal. He should have did worse. Should have went after him, took him down, took his time slot, took his audience, took everything from him, so we don't have to hear about this fuck nowadays. Excuse my language, but he should have did more.
Well, he did. He went on a tour trashing them, and we're gonna get to that. But yeah,
Okay.
he definitely before he passed, he was part of it with this guy's named Abin Preach, and he was going hard at them. Skeptic, as a content creator, do you think they just weren't appreciative? What do you think the beef really was?
I mean, I think sometimes you can competition can kind of get the best of you, like that kind of seems to be a thing also on TikTok. I feel like, it's not like a zero sum game. Like I feel like there's always more people on a platform. You can always get more audience. So like I tend to just try and promote as many people as I can. Like I feel like if everyone we should all grow together. That's my mentality on things. So I
Yeah.
always like if anyone ever comes on my live, I'm always like, go follow them if you like what they're saying. Like they might do a live themselves and you should support that person. So I feel like it's on the creator to give good content and therefore grow their own
Mhm.
audience. That's just my idea of it. We had something like similar to this, and I all I could say is like I can give advice on like what I do to grow my audience, and I can maybe give you some tips as far as that goes, but really it's what you have to offer for content and people whether they like that or not. Like you can either like or dislike Fresh and Fit, but they tend to like be pretty entertaining. So like if they're entertaining people and people are paying for that, it's making the money.
Skeptic, what's your favorite thing they ever did? Because you said you did research on them. Is there anything that they did that you liked or you agree with?
I mean, no, I didn't really agree with them. I just think they were entertaining. I feel like they would bring in people, and sometimes they would say things that kind of made sense. Like it would be random, but sometimes they would talk to girls, and I'd be like, man, she should take that advice.
Broken clock is right twice a day.
Right. Like majority of the time they're it's just like hatred and they're just trying to tear someone down. But sometimes they would say things that I'd be like, man, maybe sometimes people just need people around them to give them some sort of good advice, like if you have no children and you're in college, like go finish your career before you like I feel like that's good advice. So they would say crazy things, but sometimes that's why it was entertaining, because in some sort there was some kind of off the wall logic to it. I don't think Myron's a dumb person. I think that
No.
he has a character he's acting out, and that character makes
Yes.
him money. And so, like, I don't
Yes.
think he's authentic. He's not authentically himself.
No, I think Kevin was authentic. And that was what I got to say. I believe Kevin is who he says he was on and off camera. But Myron, I think you're right. He's cosplaying. And the real person is a Fed. So let me play this clip. Like the kind of feds that set you up, for death or prison or I don't know. I'm just throwing that out there. That kind of Fed. So let me play this clip. This is the Amanda video that he was talking about where he helped them out.
Man, I'm just a pretty girl, and I don't think that I should have to accept less in life because I was born with different equipment. I think that's bullshit.
Well, if you're half a man, then you should understand this full concept that men don't care about fair.
I don't have to care about fair either.
No. Men don't care about fair, or else we wouldn't conquer other people. You're of European descent. Your people are from the Caucasus Mountains, European descent. So
I am very white, yes.
That's fine. And some of them, and there's a lot, and between a lot of warring tribes, Germania, the Franks, if we cared about fairness, we would just let everybody stay on their land. Vikings wouldn't have raided and pillaged. England would have stayed on its island. Scotland would have been all right. Ireland would have been all right. Matter of fact, Hong Kong wouldn't have been a British protectorate for how many years? Oh, until the last, 30 or 40? Men don't care about fair. We conquer. It's winners and losers.
Straight up.
Right? You're half a man.
I didn't know that only men were part of conquering.
Well, name me some great female warriors that have dominated the planet.
Well, I mean, I'm learning new education here, which is only men conquer.
No.
I mean, that's what you're telling me, right?
No, well, see what I'm not going to do. I'm not going to switch that. I'm asking about fairness. And I said about fairness. Why is fairness so important? You said because you're half a man.
Because if you expect something of me, I should be allowed to expect the same of you. And if you can't offer me that, you don't deserve to be in my life.
But that has nothing to do with fairness.
It has everything to do with fairness.
No, fairness means you get an opportunity. Fairness doesn't mean you get an outcome.
Oh my God.
You get an interview, not guaranteed a job.
No, you're not. But I work very, very hard to ensure that I keep it.
Well, if that's the case, you should. If that's the case,
right?
If that's the case, then if that's the case, you should be able to secure the things you want. So you should have no problem.
Obviously not. Not when men are out here believing like you don't have to be fair.
Well, those two things can't exist in the same place.
Women haven't even been part of human history. It's just men, and all we care about is conquering.
Well, no. You just said you work very hard, so you should get the outcomes. See, if hard work was all that required, then we would almost be guaranteed. Hard work gets you a ticket to the dance. It doesn't guarantee you the top spot. How many? Who lost the Super Bowl, guys?
The Kansas City Chiefs.
Can you say they worked hard this year?
Very hard.
Number two. Men don't worry about fairness. We worry about winning. And to the victor go the spoils. Just like, you know what? How many times you've gotten to a club into VIP for free when some ugly chicks had to pay full price?
Is that my fault?
No. I've asked how many times it happened before you go down that path.
I mean, plenty of times in Miami.
Exactly, but that's not fair, is it?
Well, please don't forget I'm not from here.
But that's not the point, ma'am. That's not fair, is it?
I also don't care about those things.
But so you only care about fairness when it doesn't benefit you.
I just don't go to clubs that often.
But that's not the point. I asked you, how many times you've gone to a club where you got in and free, where ugly chicks or less attractive chicks had to pay? And you know that's happened. You didn't say, I'm still, excuse me, sir. Even though I'm attractive, I demand that you charge me full price. That's fair, right?
Okay, so because
Is that
I
fair?
into places and
Is
get
that
different,
fair?
that means that I
Is
should
that
get.
fair? Before we go that, I'll answer your question if you at least answer mine. Is that fair?
Life isn't fair.
Well,
But
if that's the case, you accept it in the sexual marketplace too.
it doesn't mean I have to accept other people's
No.
bullshit.
Well, see, the thing is, ma'am, see what you've proven, like many feminists and many women, you're okay with the double standards that benefit you.
That was the clip that he was arguing about. I guess it got thousands of views at the time. Gray, what do you think about, it's funny, he's talking about fairness and he got mad about this clip saying that's not fair. He ain't getting paid. What's your thoughts?
What was he mad because it was him talking to a trans? Was he mad about that? Because that's what it sounded like. It was
She
like,
said, yeah, what was up with that? She said she's half a man. I didn't get what she meant by that.
I don't know why he was upset. I mean, I guess Kevin Samuels made some valid points in that. But like, I just feel like it isn't the technology that we have now with software. So it probably was like on a real camera and he like put it on the YouTube or whatever. Maybe he feels like I just want to control all my own content. I don't know why he reacted like that. I honestly didn't know that they worked together like that prior to this.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, for a while, and then he got sick of them. Enzo, do you think? What do you think about the whole fairness thing? Is it fair, the double standards? I mean, the fact that he's talking about fairness, it's funny to me.
No, I don't necessarily think his take on fairness equals like opportunity and everything like that. I thought it was kind of a weak point that he was trying to make that really wasn't landing well in my eyes. Um, yeah, that's really all I gotta say about that.
Skeptic, what do you think? It's funny he's talking about fairness, and now he's crying about money.
Yeah, I mean, I really don't. I feel like unless the Fresh and Fit could have fought that, because I bet you could go to court if you didn't want to pay for that type of thing. Like, I feel like if it's on your platform and you agree to be on that platform, they kind of own that content.
I got another question, Skeptic. Do you think he would have paid them if they were women? That's my question. I want to know.
If a woman would have asked to be paid because she made the
After the
content,
fact. Mhm.
yeah,
And
I
let's say the
highly
video
doubt
went
it.
viral.
I
Mhm.
highly doubt that. I wonder if that's ever happened before and they've not paid her. I bet it has. 'Cause these women put their
They
whole
claim they
face
don't
out
pay the
there.
people on their show.
That's
That's what they
crazy to me.
claim.
But also they find them on the website where women are looking for like men to pay them, which is crazy to me. Because like then you're basically taking out of the whole pool of women, you're picking a specific type of woman. They're already coming with a certain mentality. You know what I mean? Like
So
just
they
from my
want
experience.
the prostitutes and the OnlyFans girls, and so they prove their narrative of what they think about women.
Right. Like it's not a fair chance to women because that's not the representation of all. That's like we go and pick up all the men that we know are pimps and we interview them and we set up like this is all men. Like that would be crazy
Our
because we're
like our
excluding.
players, like the big dog men, they got 5 girlfriends, 4 baby mamas.
Yeah.
Let's pick that. Like that's the representation of men. It's not fair. It's like the worst of the worst.
Right. Yeah, I agree. I feel like that's what they were doing. It's like the same. It's like the equivalent to that.
Yeah, facts. Zach Briggs, great show, everyone. Have a good night. God bless. Thank you, Zach, for your support. Kamal, do you think I'm gonna ask you the same question I asked Skeptic because I just thought of this. Do you think if this was a woman, they would have paid them?
You talk about Fresh and Fit.
Fresh and fraud. Yeah.
Not only would they have not paid her, they probably would have made some content out of it and got more money. I think they would have did that, to be honest. If it was a woman.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? That's funny y'all said something about that woman because she did sound like she drunk like a 6-pack of Budweiser and smoked a whole goddamn Black and Mild. I was like, God damn, her voice is super raspy, man. Goodness gracious.
She said something about being a man, but
yeah.
I don't know.
She said she's half a man, but
Yeah.
I feel like she was saying that because woman, technically, we came from Adam's rib as women, if you go back to biblical times. So we technically are part, and I think XY chromosomes, we have like partly man chromosome. So like I think that's why she said that.
Yeah, I think she
So
was
she's
being
a trans.
facetious. Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was the other way around. Like the guy has the woman, then they become a man. I thought it was the other way around, but I'm not sure.
I don't know. Oh my god. Okay. Moving.
I'm pretty sure that's how it is.
All right, guys. So the next clip I'm gonna play, this is what I think started it. So Abba and Preach, you guys can look them up. They make the hardest content against Fresh and Fraud, and they've gotten millions of views. So they started this campaign against them in 2021, 2022, and they lost 40,000 subscribers. And Kevin was like, I believe everything. Let me play this clip.
All of the lies and the bullshit that came out about Myron and Fresh, Kevin took that to be the gospel. He called me up. He's like, Donovan, I'll never forget this. I'm in fucking Connecticut, filming Save-A-Ho. Kevin calls me up. He's like, yo, you got to separate yourself from these dudes right now. And I'm like, why? You didn't find out? Myron got a girl pregnant and he raped some white influencer. He crossed the line. They've got to go. And I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. I said, Kevin, you know what we teach here in this community? We don't believe all women. He's like, Donovan, the proof is there. And I'm like, Kevin, bruh, these women could literally be saying anything. They could be saying anything. And then he said to me, and the people on Myron and Fresh's side, they're using your video to defend them. Remember the video that I did on Nina Unrated? Remember that whole shebang where she was talking about how creepy everything was? I picked that apart piece by piece. It was all cap. Kevin was upset with me for putting out a video defending my friends. He was upset with me for that. He said they're using your video to defend them. He said, you got to take that video down right now. I was like, you know what? I don't want to fucking deal with this anymore. And this was the wrong thing. I made the wrong decision. I took the video down. I did. I took the video down. That wasn't enough for Kevin. That was not enough for Kevin. Kevin wanted me to do a scripted out. He wanted me, and I'm not doing this to besmirch his name. We all have demons, right? Myron is, dude, Amru Fuddle, aka Myron Gains, he ain't all peaches and cream. Neither is Fresh, neither am I, neither is Kevin. This is just the real, this is just how it went. So Kevin called me and told me, he's like, yo, you need to sit down. You need to write a script, get in front of a camera, and publicly separate yourself from Myron Gains.
Did it freeze? I think it froze.
You're muted. You're muted.
So yeah, guys, pretty much he was taking a hard swing at them, and I don't blame him. And also, you damn right, Donovan, you listened to Kevin because he was that man before he died. He was the man. Kevin, he was number one. Everybody else was beneath him. So it was like no competition. So of course he listened to him. And the other thing I didn't like about this Donovan guy, I've never heard of him. Maybe the other red pill losers know who he is, but it's funny you waited till after he died to release this and trash him and to say, oh, Kevin Samuels didn't call me anymore. He never called me. He never talked to me. Because this is how they all sound. They all whine and cry when it comes to men. They have their tail stuck between their legs. But if it was a woman, they would confront her. Gray, what's your thoughts on the whole scandal? Do you think do you think Kevin should have had Myron's back? Do you think the rumors are true? I personally don't think he got anyone pregnant, let alone raped any woman, maybe a man, but not a woman. Allegedly, entertainment purposes only.
I think when you get in this space, like, and you get to a certain level, you start making content about people within the space. So that seems to be the issue in this situation, and that he wanted him to come out and basically do a whole video on how he's not associated with Myron. So, I mean, to me, Kevin Samuels was kind of a little bit too controlling in this situation because it's just like, okay, this is a business. This person's trying to do business, but I guess he probably felt like you need to be loyal to me. So you're gonna talk. If it's gonna get views, a person might not care about the relationship with a person.
Kamal, do you agree? Well, this is what shout out to Kelly Corinne. She was just like, maybe he got sick of the way he was talking about, foundationally black people. I mean, because Kevin, he didn't focus his whole attention on black women or black men only. He gave it to everybody. I got to give him that. What do you think?
Nah, look at Myron started doing that anti-black shit after Kevin Samuels died. So
Oh, really? Good. That's good to know.
They all
So why do you think he waited?
He waited because people got tired of hearing that red pill bullshit at times. It's the same thing over and over again. Just Kevin Samuels knew how to package it better. And what I told you, he a comedian too, funny as hell. And he went after men and women. So, but it's only so much you could tell goddamn women and men about relationships, and you need to do this, you need to do that. It's like, okay. That shit start dying out. So then they went. That's why I think most of these people that come from the red pill, they come over. I think they grifting because now they want to talk about social issues, goddamn politics, and they all sound the goddamn same. So, and like I said, Ahmed Fahoud, whatever the fuck you say his name, Berber then started coming over to talk about social issues and politics. I say 6 months before Donald Trump got elected. Maybe a year. All them red pill content creators. Pearly Things, Donovan, that peanut head motherfucker we just listened to. This cocksucker got the nerve to say, man, you better not marry a single mom. First thing he did, he went to go marry a goddamn single mom that had like 2 kids, and she looked
That's
like
him. And is the woman white? The woman's white, right?
Yeah, she looked like.
Oh, okay. As long as they're white, I guess it's okay for them because like that's their whole thing. Their whole grift is they constantly trash women of color, in particular black women. Myron Gaines says that the lowest woman on the totem pole when it comes to dating is a black woman. I'm not saying this. This is what Myron has said.
Yeah, he said that shit with his goddamn. Shout out to my boy, my brother Daryl, man. He do like he be pumping gas and shit. I can't, bro. Anybody that anti goddamn black, I'm on their goddamn head, alongside the rest of my FBA family. Second of all, like what I really want to say is, I think that Kevin Samuels and I don't even think it was Fresh, because like I said, he ain't nobody.
Fresh does not like when he talks politics because the biggest thing that he's talked about that has really hurt them is his anti-Semitism views because he's extremely anti-Semitic. And I don't use that word lightly. Myron Gaines is an anti-Semite. He makes fun of Jewish people, talks about their nose. He goes in hard body. Like, I mean, I understand being pro-Gaza, but he takes it to a whole nother level.
Yeah, this shit be freaking wild. But like I was saying, I think Kevin Samuels had beef with Myron Gaines. And they did work with each other. That video you showed me, I ain't seen that video, but I seen Kevin Samuels at their studio, and I thought he was talking about that video because that make more sense to be like, okay, I'll either give me some money or take this shit down. But it is known that Fresh and Fit did not start really getting big till Kevin Samuels started coming over there and sharing his audience with them. So that's what happened. And then
well, another black person hater is Tommy Sotomayor, and he keeps running around. He recently did it on Fatty's show, so shouts out to Fatty. He recently did it and said, "Oh, well, Kevin Samuel still stole my style." Like he kept saying that Kevin Samuel stole his style, and he steals the things that he says.
Man, first of all, Tommy Sotomayor, aka Kuna Mayor, Berber got the same playbook as the rest of them red pill. And they all fall under the black conservatives. It's like, did y'all all go to a fucking meeting? It don't make no sense. All you red pill, did y'all go to me like, hey, the numbers are going down in the red pill, so we got to drift somewhere else. Let's just get into politics and just say we black conservatives, because that be getting hella views. And let's be anti-black as fuck too. Can't forget that. It's like they all got the same talking point. I'm pretty sure if you ever have on the panel, you did have somebody on the panel. Nasty Reverend. Berber.
We do.
It's like
Monday and Wednesday nights. You can go check him out if that's what you're into. We do have that, unfortunately.
man, it's just like I'm just seeing how they're doing things, and it's just like Tommy Sotomayor. First of all, Kevin Samuels didn't even steal style. Kevin Samuels was different than all y'all. You feel me? Y'all were more super degrading black women like a mug, and Kevin Samuels wasn't really with that. He even like he will smash on white women that try to shit on black women on this show. He'd be like, hold on. First, I'm black first. First of all, you ain't gonna be doing that shit. You feel me? So it's just like Tommy saying that shit. He just be saying shit to get clout. That's what it be with me. You feel me? It ain't Donovan Sharpe or whatever the F Berber name is. Same thing. Clout chasing. They be freaking clout chasing. And when it comes to clout chasers, they gonna stab each other in the back for clout. That's all I'm seeing.
And let me not say, unfortunately, everybody deserves a voice and a place. So, Enzo, what's your thoughts? Do you like, what do you think about that? Do you think it was like petty about the whole money thing? And do you what do you think about that?
No, I don't think the whole money thing was petty. Like I said, I think Kevin should have did more towards Myron because yeah, I'm just sick and tired of hearing about him and his voice and yeah, anything about him. The clip where Kevin said like you need to distance yourself. I'm gonna sit here and say maybe Kevin had credible evidence to say like that you need to like distance yourself. I mean, you're not gonna come across like that and say, "Hey, do this to get away from this person if there's nothing there." I mean, then just everything the beef and everything that they had too. I mean, that probably played a big part into it. So I'm just gonna sit around and say I believe Kevin, and they should have did that. But I mean, it's kind of weird that he did it after he died. Like, why didn't you put that out like immediately?
Mm-hmm.
Like, why'd you have to wait?
Skeptic, he brings up a good point, and I feel the same way. Why do you think he took such a hard position when the rumors were coming? Do you think he knew something? And what's your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't put it past them. I feel like I number one wouldn't have associated myself with Fresh and Fit, but I think that sometimes you have to like be around someone to really get to know them. And like again, to me, they're not authentic people. Like, although I may not agree with Kevin Samuel's way that he spoke to people and the things he said, like at the end of the day, I feel like that was authentically him. Like, I feel like he really was like, you can do something that's wrong, but you are authentically trying to help someone. You may not come at them the best way, but I think authenticity is key there. And with what Myron is doing now, the way he's trying to transition over to politics to me seems very fake. And I do think that there's a fad. There's multiple fads that go on. One of them being people jumping on the conservative, like train, being that it gives you so many views. And that especially like with Latinos, like it's so weird to hear someone speak against their own community that it's like everyone loves it, especially those that want to hear those negative things and want to hear you say negative things about your own community. So I feel like I do see a lot of that. I feel like some people are authentic, others are not. But I think ultimately I believed the things that came out. I don't know if the girl was really pregnant, the one girl from China, but
The
I was
fresh,
all
that was
in.
fresh, not fit. Yeah, yeah, fresh.
Oh, I didn't even know. I didn't know that Myron had someone come out pregnant also.
That's what
But
they claim.
the things that were the coming out about the things they were doing, like these women, the way they were treating them, and like to me was very like wild. I would like I could have never like that could have never. But yeah, I feel like they had it coming. Like karma does come back, and I feel like it ultimately did, and they lost. I feel like the majority of their audience because they were taking advantage of these young men. Like young men were idolizing them, which to me was wild. So I feel like they deserved, to lose audience. And I feel like the reason why Myron's doing what he's doing now with politics is because they're struggling with Fresh and Fit.
Facts. I agree. They're definitely struggling. And also it was fit to be clear. But yeah, I mean, it definitely is a like a scam, a grift, because what they have is they have like this pyramid thing called the Castle Club, and these young men can buy memberships to talk to them and get advice, and they also pay for consulting, which is wild to me. So this next clip talks about he's now this is
Wait, hey, Nora, can I say
fit
something
talk.
real quick?
Yeah, yeah, sure, sure.
Hey, Raptor crazy. Proof of what? Y'all gotta be more specific, man. Especially you goddamn Myron Gains Glazer. I know you're a Myron Gains Glazer. I'm already knowing. Y'all was in my chat earlier. I'm sorry, no. I'm about to get into how I be on my show. God damn it.
It's okay. You can say it to them because
Explain
I know they're
what
going to
I'm
come hard for us.
talking
That's what
about.
they
Just
always do. Anytime we post about them, they're worship. These are the worshipers. These are the people that pay for Castle Club, literally thousands of dollars to go meet them in like a boats or different random places, and it'll all be guys and the fake prostitutes they pick up. But anyways, so this clip right here, it's